One of the last mitzvos in the Torah is that of Hakhel, of gathering the people together on Sukkot after the Shemitah year, the year that is this current year, and reading before them the entire Torah. According to the rabbis, it would be the king that would read it before them. And the Torah definitely hints to the idea that this is a reenactment of receiving the Torah at Har Sinai. It speaks about Hakhel et ha'am, gather the people. And the key word in Dvarim for the day of receiving the Torah is Yom HaKehal, the day of the gathering. And when the Torah describes in Dvarim standing at Har Sinai, it emphasizes the entire people. And here too, the emphasis is gather hanashim v'hanashim v'hataf, men, women, and children. And in the earlier telling of receiving the Torah, men are dominant. It says, separate 3 days from your wives. It seems like the Torah is being given to men. But here, women are front and foremost and equal to men in the experience of the reading of the Torah and the reenactment of the receiving of the Torah at Har Sinai. That idea of women being equal is actually hinted to in a striking way in the verse earlier. It says that you should do this when all of Israel gathers lei-ra-ot to appear before the face of God. And that's referring of the mitzvah of re-enactment, of going up to the temple during the regalim and appearing before God. But in the Torah earlier, it speaks about kol zechorcha, all of your males. And here, it speaks about all of Israel is coming to present themselves before God. That the receiving of the Torah and the aspect of re-enactment and the presence of God and connecting to God is something that men and women are treated as completely equal and share equally in the experience. And I think that this is a key message for us in terms of recognizing, number one, the importance of having an equal experience of Torah available for both men and women, and also an emphasis on the experiential aspect. We so often focus on the intellectual aspect of Torah that we lose sight about that power of appearing before God, encountering God, perhaps something that happens from reading the written Torah more than it does from the oral Torah, which can tend to be more intellectual and less experiential. So I think as we are in the Shemitah year, we should be thinking about the opportunity to present ourselves before God, men, women equally, and to connect to that part of Torah that makes us feel that we're standing again at Har Sinai, that we are experiencing God's presence in our lives.